It was quite funny because I searched a place up, totally different to where I met Paul and the team, and for some reason I ended up there. And I goes, well, since I'm here, I might as well just go. Approaching the place, I'm looking at my phone, looking at the numbers. Approaching the place, and I saw this people standing outside with the signs. Had a rough idea, and he asked me a few questions, told me, he goes, look, we could help you. You don't need to do this. I will help you every step of the way. And I was like, what do you mean? You help me. I'm like, yeah. I didn't want to do it. I grew up in a family where that was forbidden. But I just felt that, not married, second child again, it was a no-no. I was going to be embarrassed. I didn't know what to do. So the moment Paul spoke to me, I don't know, he was like I thought maybe when I saw him the second time, I knew he was real. At first I thought he was an angel. And I probably wouldn't get to see him again. He told me what he could help me with and shared some stories with me. Come on, Emily, come on. Share some stories with me. And it was quite touching. A friend of mine that was meant to take me that day. So this is how desperate I was. I had to get this thing done. Even though I had nobody, I was just going to lie to them because apparently somebody has to be with you. And I said, I'll just tell them she's on her way. And I'll just get in a taxi and go. So immediately I left Paul on my way to the station. I rang my friend. I goes, oh my God, Krista, can you imagine? I met this angel. Like he said this, he said that. And I was still crying. And she goes, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. She was so happy. Because she didn't want me to do it either, And from there on, it was just amazing. If, I'll call Paul, whatever I'm going through, and he will help me any way he could. At 12 weeks, I found out. And the guy did the ultrasound. He said, do you want the bad news or good news? And I goes, okay, what now? He goes, I see everything 2244. I goes, what does that mean? He goes, I think you got twins in here. And I goes, wow, double trouble. After that, they sent me over to Liverpool because they had equipments there, and I met a doctor. Well, he was specialized in twin pregnancy because they had to do like internal ultrasound just to make sure the babies are doing okay. And they were doing great. So he said, we'll leave you to stay overnight. And not overnight, sorry, till Monday. It was actually a Friday. And then we'll just monitor you, just make sure your babies are okay. And I said, oh, sweet. So anyway, from Friday to about, I think probably 8 weeks later. And he said, look, I think we've done well keeping the babies. We shouldn't be a bit too greedy and keep them for long. I rang Paul. I told him straight away everything I did, everything that happened in the hospital, I'll ring him. And if he couldn't come, he would send somebody. He sent a lady that was visiting me. He would call me, he would send me a message. So went to theater, baby was fine. Emily didn't even need oxygen, nothing. Emily did for a little bit and they were fine. Nothing was wrong with them. They were beautiful, they were good. Took a lot of photos and stuff. So one morning I got a phone call saying that I need to come in. That, the baby wasn't feeling too well or something and needed consent to do something. So, and I just asked, is she okay? Are they okay? And they said, yes, they're okay. So I goes, okay, I'm coming now. I got there, and guess what? I rushed straight to Emily's crib. Thought it was her. She was little. I just thought something wrong somewhere. She wasn't getting enough of anything. And so, oh, no, Miss Johnson. It's, I think, twin one? Yeah, twin one. And I goes, really? What's wrong with her? And then it explained the whole process, that she stopped breathing, blah, 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 and all of that. So they say, I think she got an infection, but we don't know yet what it is. We got a fair bit of ideas, so we just need your consent to get some fluid from her spine. And I said, anything. And that was after 5 days. She got sick. So I said, anything. They did all the checks, they did blood, they did this, they did that. they came up with meningitis. So never knew what that, I don't know, disease, illness, sickness or infection was in my life until then. And they said there was two types. One hits the hearing and one hits the brain. And what she had was the one that hit her brain. Baby was stable at the time. She was on treatment and everything. They said if it got worse, they was going to take her to Westmead, which I wanted them to, but they didn't. So anyway, I rang Paul and I said, well, baby's a bit stable. Well, we're looking at going home very soon. Can you please help me out for me to get birth certificate for them? He must have helped me out. He paid, I think, about $800 or $1,000 in my account, and I was very shocked. So that also helped me to buy a lot of stuff for the babies. So I went to get the birth certificate or to put the form in or something like that in Parramatta, birth, death and marriage. As I drove into the car park in Westfield, I was parking and I got a phone call, private. Hello, who is this? This is Miss Johnson. Yeah. And they said, can you come in? And I said, can you tell me why I need to come in? And said, no, we can't talk about it on the phone. Can you please come in? Okay. Got there, they put me into a room, a big conference room with like, I don't know, 10 people sitting in there. And I'm like, what is this? What's going on? Still did not click. And they said the nurses that were looking after her, the case, the social workers, everyone was in there. They finally told me they cannot continue to, I think, they'll continue to care for her, but not, there was a term they used, so pretty much giving her medication because nothing was working. They did an ultrasound, I think, the day or the night before, and she had holes in her brain. So there was 2 holes, I think, on the sides or from the back. And I just sat there and I didn't know what to do. I just cried and cried and cried and cried. And I walked out when I saw my baby, and then I called Paul again. So Paul said, I'll try to get you help. I'll try to get somebody in there to, you know, assess baby and all of that, and we'll take it from there. Yeah. Which he did. A doctor from one of the biggest hospitals in Sydney here. I can't remember what it was called, but he checked and he said, baby doesn't really look very good. So that would be the best to do that. So which we did. But anyway, so it's a long story. Baby passed away after 3 weeks. Family Life International covered the cost. I was shocked because I didn't have enough. The funeral was just the next day. We did everything really quick because she was a baby. We didn't want to waste any time. It was beautiful. He helped me every step of the way. You know, baby got baptized before we pulled the plug and everything, so he brought the priest in to do all of that. But and I've just been really grateful, and it just hasn't stopped since then. There was no pressure put on me whatsoever because I know within myself I didn't want to do it. You know, by having somebody like that, having an organization like that that can help people. I thought I was the only one, and I heard a lot of stories, you know. People came here on student visa and they'll tell them, oh, it's going to cost you this amount, you know, to have a baby, you got to do this. And if, you know, Paul and the organization steps in again and help people. So it was just amazing, you know. So I'm really grateful. I'm really, really grateful for them, and I pray that they continue to do the good work that they do, even up to now. Yeah, whenever he can help, he will. So it has not stopped, and I don't think it's gonna stop. Well, I know they want to see it as everybody should have rights, and I don't know if that's what it's called, or you should be allowed to do whatever you want to do. Yes, that's fine. But these people are not over there to harass anybody. So I don't see the need of them stopping them from doing their work. Paul did not say more than maybe 2 or 3 words to me. And I started crying because I did not want to do it. You just need somebody there for you, that's all. So I don't think they should stop them from doing their work, because they're not there to make you not do it. They're just there to help you. Whatever your decision is, they're happy to help. Emily is 3 and a bit, and yeah, with the way she's growing, I can see a lot of potential in her. She looks like a dancer. She's very smart. She loves dancing. She's very fit too, and she's helpful. So most people are into singing, most Africans, but I think she wants to be a dancer.